Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, how it's going right now, weather-wise, not bad. It's warm, nice, comfortable, no having to wear all the heavy, keep warm like you're out in the Arctic kind of thing, you know. Yeah, don't have to do that. That's great. On the other hand, the quit smoking thing, I got good news and bad news. The good news is that as of just a minute ago, or half a minute ago when this recording started, I was at 2 days, 20 hours, 29 minutes, and an odd number of seconds of smoke-free. That's the good news. The bad news is, you ever try to not think of something? You know, it's like if I tell you, don't think about pink elephants, each and every one of you is thinking about pink elephants. And the more you try not to think about pink elephants, the bigger and more numerous they get. Yeah. So, picture this. Over 40 years smoking. And I'm trying not to think about the fact that I want a cigarette so bad I would give your left arm for it in a heartbeat. Yeah. It's like that. And it's just the thing, you know, and all of the wonderful suggestions, and let's face it, some of you folks have had some great ideas, offered some interesting suggestions, insightful things, especially those of you who have gone through the quit smoking thing. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The only problem is, I can only see one way to get through it. And that is to just keep powering through it by raw brute force of stubbornness. I have to out-stubborn the thing. And that's the only way to work. You know, people talk about, you know, try vaping and all this, you know, and or nicotine patches or nicotine gum and all this stuff, you know. I figured, I thought about it a lot over recent years, and I came to the conclusion that when it comes to quitting, I don't want to use anything that involves giving me more nicotine, because that's the root of the problem right there. It is. Yeah. So I just can't do these other things, you know. Somebody suggested every time I think about having a cigarette, eat something I don't like all that much. Well, for number one, I don't have anything to eat that I don't like, because I don't buy things I don't like. I just don't. You know, why would I buy some food that I don't particularly like? No, I would never do that. And second of all, I have already fallen back on using food as a way to avoid a certain degree of smoke failure, you know. And it's sort of kind of ish working, sort of kind of, but on the other hand, my average calories per day intake over the last 7 days has gone to somewhere north of 3,000 calories a day. And if I don't get a handle on that, I'm going to be bigger than I've ever been before. And I really don't want to do that. So, yeah. Sticking with it as much as I can. I know, technically speaking, it takes about 48 hours to get the nicotine out of your system, but the problem is, since nicotine is one of, if not the most addictive substances on the face of this earth, just getting it out of your system is not even half the battle, because it leaves a trail on you, so to speak, all the way deep into the inner parts of your brain. Yeah, because you know how the stuff works? You get a shot of nicotine, and you know what it does? It causes the release of certain endorphins in the brain. It hits you right in the pleasure center. Nothing is going to be more addictive than that. Nothing. Yeah. So it's a real whale of a time trying to get off of it. I mean, you got something that literally gives you a happy when you have it. And then you're trying to not have it. Yeah. That's really fun. Not. I have a lot of other thoughts, but they're not printable. They're not fit for a family-friendly channel, so I'm not going to say them on YouTube. Yeah. It's just basically sort of an update, and it's kind of why this whole mess is kind of why right now I am kind of hit and miss on videos. It's like, for example, earlier today I did get a new Hermitcraft episode out, but I have no idea and cannot promise anything about what may or may not happen for tomorrow videos on either channel. I don't know. Haven't got a clue. Won't know until it actually happens. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you with a thought, a unrelated thought, just because it occurred to me and I thought there was a certain amount of funny to it, so I will share this certain amount of funny. And that is the series Doctor Who. The lead character, the Doctor, has to date, ever since it came out, it first appeared in, I believe it was 1963, the Doctor has always been played by a British person with a British accent. Naturally, it's obviously natural because it's a British production, BBC TV. Yeah. But what if the next Doctor, which would be the 14th Doctor, what if the 14th Doctor had the accent and mannerisms of, say, somebody from California? Personally, I think it would be funny. Say, for example, if Sarah Michelle Gellar was to be the next Doctor. And it would kind of play because of her previous thing of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that series. I think she would be interesting as the Doctor. It would be funny. And the thought of most of Europe and probably all of Great Britain going at the thought of an American Doctor, yeah, that's funny too. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.
Here's the TinFoilChef.